angels willing to hold us in their arms. When our worth of stone, our ashes, and we both passed on. Let forever mean forever and carry on.
Good afternoon. Wow. This craziness in news is just never ending. It's I'll tell you what, it's escalating at such a rapid pace. So I don't even know where to start. Okay. So there were some things that I forgot to talk about yesterday that I forgot to bring up. So I do have myself some notes here so I do not forget again. And we're going to be discussing them. We're also going to be discussing something that's going on in New Jersey that we better all take a good look at really quick, especially in light of all the other stuff, including what I talked about yesterday involving, these home assistant devices, whatever you want to call them. I'll tell you what, it is absolutely getting freaky. So right before the show, I got an email, a notification from Patreon that Survival Prepping for Normal People had put up a video. I'm sure you all remember this guy. And I can't play his video because it is a Patreon video, and I'm not going to do that to him, even though it's 2 minutes and 50 seconds. But what I am going to tell you is what it's about. And I'm still at a loss for words. I need to do some digging and find out what's going on. I'm sure it's valid information because of the source. But apparently, that guy that had came forward that used to work for Google, and he had came forward recently and even did an interview with Project Veritas. Apparently, he was hit today with a 33-count indictment. 33 counts for stealing trade secrets, craft secrets, something like that. And Kyle was saying that each count has a maximum penalty of 10 years. So 33 counts, he could potentially get 330 years. So I would say it's safe to bet that this guy is probably going to be locked up for the rest of his life for coming out and telling you the truth. We have to do something. We are so beyond screwed in this country, it's unreal. And we have nowhere where we can turn. Nowhere. Those that are supposed to enforce law, right, for the good, whether it be your local law enforcement all the way up to the FBI, the CIA, they're every last one of them is so corrupt it's unreal. Every last one. Oh, I know somebody that worked. No. If they are not calling out those that are doing bad, they are just as bad. Period. I can't believe this. There used to be whistleblower protections. And I know of multiple presidents that have said that they were going to stand behind the whistleblowers. Obama did. Trump did. And you see what's happening. It was nothing but lip service. This is also proof that not only does the right wing and the left wing work together, but it also proves that they're working against you. Because this gentleman had all the documents to prove that Google was doing the very things that they lied about not doing to Congress. But has Congress gone after any of these people in Google? No. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? See, you and I get hung up for the littlest stupid things. But they can commit whatever crimes they want, and they walk. Most times, they don't even get called out on it. The only time they do get called out is when alternative sources, such as ourselves, call them out. And they're doing everything they can to silence us. And soon enough, they'll succeed. Soon enough. Mark my words on that. I feel it coming. I feel it coming like a freight train. They will silence us. In every single way. That's why I've been getting all the warnings from the public domain registry or whatever it is. More or less letting me know that if I do anything against their standards, right, that I lose my domain, that they'll block my domain. So not even that is a safe haven any longer. I would continue to tell you, though, if you come to YouTube one day and I'm missing, likewise, Facebook, if I'm missing, go to the website, go to thewatchmannews.com. Hopefully, I'll have a presence there, even if for a short time. But this is happening at a very alarming rate. Let me run through the normal stuff, then I'll get to the news article that I was telling you about that deals with New Jersey, but I have a feeling that it's going to wind up dealing with every single one of us before it's said and done. Let me get the normal stuff out of the way, and then I'll get to my list I've got here, and we'll go from there. So, Amazon affiliate, we are up to $18.66. So we're climbing up that ladder. There were more items ordered. I know Tim said something about ordering some stuff yesterday. So I know that there are more items to be shipped, so that number will go up from there. Folks, I appreciate it. This is awesome. This is incredible. Thank you very much for participating in that. For those that don't know, we are an Amazon affiliate. There is a link in the description of the video and at the homepage at thewatchmannews.com right here on the right. If you click that, it essentially takes you to Amazon, and if you make purchases there, it won't cost you anything more, but it throws us a little bit for the sale. So we also have an Amazon store, which the link's both in the description, and a link right here at thewatchmannews.com. That will take you to our Amazon page where we've got multiple categories and a bunch of items in those categories, and it works much the same way. If you purchase one of those items, it doesn't cost you anything more, and it throws a little bit our way. Highly, highly appreciated. And the one other way you can help us is through our PayPal donation link. So you can either go to thewatchmannews.com/donate. That link is also in the description of the videos, or you can go to the homepage at thewatchmannews.com. In our menu here is a donate button. When you click that, it will take you to the PayPal donation page. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just use a debit or a credit card as a guest. But it will say up top, I always let folks know, it will say Transforming Disabilities there. But it also says Purpose the Watchman News donation. That way you know you're in the right place. So, never required. Always appreciated, and everything typically goes to items, pardon me, items for prepping that I turn around and I review, and hopefully I do some justice on that. And if I can provide any other information like maintenance or whatever, I do so. So anyway, that would take care of that stuff. What was it? Yeah, I was going to work on today the video, because I'd said I'd shot a video of me taking apart the SOG Flash 2, doing maintenance to it, putting it back together, and I didn't care for the video that I shot, and so I'm going to reshoot it with the camera on my phone, and that way I can kind of put it in between me and the table. And so I didn't get that done today. Man, I'll tell you what, I have been sore as hell today. And earlier this morning, Jen lipped off, and I had to get her with the pimp hand. And we were joking, and I smacked my hand down on the table, and for some reason, it hurts like a mother. I don't know what I did to it, but she's over there shaking her head. I don't know what I did to it, but it hurts like hell. So I knew that if I went to try to do this, my hands were going to be all shaky. So I'm going to give it a shot tomorrow. I did spend some time to get a, it's my old boom mic that I used to use, my first mic stand that I used to use for the show here. And I retrofitted it so that it will hold a phone, whatever you call it. It holds a phone, so cell phone. And, that way, the way that it's designed, I can put it right in between me and the table I'll be working on. So I can actually use it with my good camera, too. So I was testing all of that out today. So that's good to go. Tomorrow, I will be working on that video if all goes well. And we'll have that out. We got a lot more videos coming, too. Of course, I've still got the review video to do on the shortwave radios. I know I'm dragging my feet on that. And as well as the percolator. So expect to see those very soon. I might reshoot the percolator video. I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of debating reshooting that. So we shall see. Anyway, that takes care of that stuff. Let me get to the other things that I forgot to mention yesterday. We had issues with our forums on the website, and I had no idea that there was issues with the forum on the website. So I went and I looked the other day. I noticed the issue, and so I'm like, So I dug and dug and dug, found out what the problem was, and it is fixed. So for those that may have tried using the forums at the Watchman News, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was broken, but it is now fixed. So if you want to go there and make a post, participate in the forums, I literally have the only post in the forums that there is. So, but it is working properly now. I did take care of it and tested it and all that good stuff. So it's good to go. Anyway, so I wanted to make mention of that the forums are now fixed, because I did forget that. Also, this chick, that's her before and after picture of her getting her hair cut. So she's about 10 pounds lighter and much prettier. So I love it when I love how she gets her hair cut. So I just do. It looks great on her. So anyway, I didn't share that yesterday, and my apologies. It wasn't on purpose. Also, I want to thank Wolfgang. He had sent us some metal pieces that he had cut at his work, and they're like really, really cool. I was actually messing with one of them today, actually trying to put vinyl on it. They're metal pieces, and it kind of looks like the Punisher. It may be exactly the Punisher. I'm not quite sure. But so what I'm doing is I'm kind of making a hybrid. I'm calling it a hybrid Angry American logo. In other words, I'm trying to find the folder on my. Here we go. Trying to find the folder on my desktop real quick. Let me bring this up. Now, mind you, it looks different. But here you go. There's the Angry American. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Bummer. Hang on. Give me just a second. I wanted the regular one, not his personal one. Not that it makes a real big difference. Oh, I don't have a picture of the regular one. Okay. Let me throw that one back up there then. Okay, so anyway, it's the face, or the metal piece looks kind of like the Punisher. And so what I'm going to do is I've already put white down over it all. But what I'm going to add to it, on like the Angry American logo here, it's got these red stripes and the blue star. and I want to add that to the add that on top of the white. So it's going to look pretty cool when it's done. I will certainly take a picture of it and show you all. So again, thank you to Wolfang for doing that. I also got to get some decals out to Wolfang. So, okay, let me get those taken care of. And then I've got one other thing that I want to mention before we get into this article here. And so yesterday, it was yesterday, I believe, Steve Engel had sent me several emails updating me and not only updating but also going back over that shooting in Texas where the young couple was literally murdered by the police department. And, you know, what did I call him? I know I called him a sawed-off little peckerhead, but I called him several other things too. Somebody from the police union was all raising hell about, conspiracy theorists and how nobody better, doubt their official narrative and the whole 9 yards. Well, guess what? There was an officer that was actually charged, I believe, with 2 counts of murder in that case because of what happened there. I'll have to dig it all up and look. I didn't have a chance to really dig into everything with it yet, and that's what I'm waiting to do. Once I do that, I will give you guys a good update on it. I appreciate Steve for sending me that link and letting me know that this is definitely escalating as far as this is concerned as well. So I was trying to pull up the email real quick. There's quite a few emails I've got here. Okay, here is this one here. Botched HPD raid, officer charged with 2 counts of murder. So the officer Gerald Goins, or something to that effect, was actually charged with 2 counts of murder in that case because, of course, the young woman and man, well, they weren't that young, but the relatively young couple was flat out murdered. That's all there is to it. They were murdered. And it's ridiculous. But anyway, he sent me a very nice email with all kinds of links to it, again going back over what had happened and then the new information as well. I'm telling you, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So I wanted to mention that. I wanted to let you know that there is an update to that story, and I want to thank Steve again for sending me that update. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that there is finally some justice being had. Not enough yet. We've got a lot more to go. Not enough yet. But it's nice to see that there is finally some accountability going on. So anyway, let me get to this article that I was talking about real quick, and we'll discuss it a little bit, and I'll do the headlines, and we'll go from there. Sip of coffee, though, because it's in the contract. Good stuff, Maynard. All right. Here we go. New Jersey cops turn citizens' phones into surveillance devices for their own good, of course. How do you like that? And if you think it's going to stop in New Jersey, you're wrong. You're wrong. Let's read what the article has to say, however. A New Jersey police department has unveiled technology that allows 911 operators to stream video from callers' smartphones. Sounds like a good idea at first, but where does the surveillance stop? Gloucester Township Police's new 911i emergency dispatch system lets emergency service operators see video live stream from the caller's phone, giving first responders an idea of what they're getting into before anyone is sent to the scene. For now, the caller has to activate the live stream with the link sent by the 911 dispatcher, which allows operators to use the phone's camera and microphone. But this is the first step down a very slippery slope. 911i, developed by Capita Secure Solutions and Services in conjunction with West Midlands Fire Service in the UK, represents a step toward frankly terrifying surveillance infrastructure that can turn any internet-capable device into a remote-activated surveillance tool. West Midlands Police were the first to embrace pre-crime technology in the UK, developing the National Data Analytics Solution to sniff out potential offenders and divert them with ostensibly therapeutic interventions. Okay, now we covered some of that yesterday with this. Harper has been in development since I believe it said 2017. I think it was. Possibly 15. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's been in development for a while. All they need is a presidential signature, an executive order, and they will be in full force. Harper is what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing that I just read to you off this article. If the fact that it was developed by the people behind the real-life version of Minority Report isn't enough reason to give 9/11I a wide berth, take a look at Carbine 911, one of its competitors, funded by deceased pedophile Jeffrey Epstein through former Israeli PM Ehud Barak. Carbine 911 markets itself as a solution to mass shootings. The program, founded by current and former Israeli intelligence personnel, which isn't at all worrisome given that this country spies on the U.S. so extensively it scares Congress, lets emergency dispatchers commandeer the camera and microphone of any internet-capable device within a certain range of the person who made the call. Do you hear that? Let me reread that so you don't miss what that just said. It lets emergency dispatchers commandeer the camera and microphone of any internet-capable device within a certain range of the person who made the call. In other words, if you make a call with your phone, okay, every internet-capable tablet, cell phone, Alexa, you name it, can be turned on through this program. Not just the callers, not just the device of the person that called, but everybody's within a certain range of that device. Investors include Peter Thiel, whose company Palantir has been described as using war on terror tools to track American citizens, and its advisory board includes Patriot Act co-author Michael Chertoff, the former Department of Homeland Security chief. At least 2 U.S. counties have reportedly adopted Carbine 911, despite obvious privacy issues and the fact that while most of its employees and personnel have military intelligence connections, few have a background in emergency services. Of course, bad actors don't need an emergency services app to turn your phone into a spying device. Israeli spyware manufacturer NSO Group's Pegasus software has been wielded against human rights campaigners, journalists, and even politicians by governments including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, according to Amnesty International, which has sued the company for allowing its software to be weaponized against peaceful activists. And how does Pegasus work? The hacker sends the target a link, and as soon as they click on it, the hacker can use the target's smartphone camera and microphone as surveillance devices, which sounds an awful lot like 9/11I's business model, but you can trust them. They're the police, and they're there to help. What do you think of that? What do you think to that? And then you combine that with what we talked about yesterday, with the new Harper program they're trying to get a boost on. Folks, this is insane. This is insane. If you trade liberty for a little security, you deserve neither liberty nor security. I'm telling you. We better put a stop to this. I don't even know if it's possible. Because the politicians and anybody involved in government just do nothing but talk out their necks. They'll tell whatever it is that you want to hear while they go and do whatever it is that they want to do. I don't have any real answers for this. Because it seems like we have to make a choice. Either we embrace technology as we have for many, many years now, and accept that this is just going to be a thing and there's nothing that we can do about it, or we decide to ditch technology. I don't know of any other answer, because they're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you, oh, we're not going to do this, we're not going to use this, we're not going to implement this. But they'll do it anyway. And they will have no repercussions, not one. And while individuals out them and tell you the truth of what's going on, just like the gentleman I spoke about earlier, they'll spend their lives in prison. You know, we still got Julian Assange that's in poor health. Hell, it's hard to even get an update on him. I have no idea what the hell's happening with Julian right now. No idea. We got Edward Snowden. We got this guy from Google. What's her name's in jail? Help me out here. Manning. Chelsea Manning is in jail for refusing to take part in an unconstitutional grand jury trial. These people are heroes. Real heroes. Not bullshit entertainment heroes or sports figure heroes. These people are real heroes. And every last one of them are being taken down and ignored largely by the public, when we should be absolutely raising hell. You know, one of the very things that got Trump elected was lock her up, lock her up. Are we anywhere closer to locking her up? Absolutely not. And we won't get any closer to locking her up. That's not part of their agenda. And the only thing that matters to them is their agenda. All of this is happening. You and I don't have a say in it. And again, we can raise hell, and they'll tell us, oh, we're not going to implement this, but they're lying through their teeth. You know it, I know it. Let's not kid ourselves. We have to come up with real solutions for this. It's something that we better do now. Man, I'll tell you what. What is more dangerous than individuals that are working against you having access to live video and audio anytime they please? Yeah, we could all throw away all of our cell phones and tablets and all of that, sure. You're still going to be on camera 98% of the places you go the moment you step out your door. We at least need to start the dialogue of what we can do. But the one thing we cannot do is trust that government, the cause of the problem, is going to be the solution to the problem. Simply doesn't work that way. Anyway, let me read you some headlines and we shall go from there. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, starting off with a few links from last night. Offer they can't refuse. U.S. wants to block China from buying Ukraine engine factory. Documents detail Monsanto efforts to fight cancer researchers labeling their products dangerous. See what I'm saying? This is part of what I'm talking about. This is part of what I'm talking about. We can't get anywhere because of the power that these individuals have. U.S. Air Force deploys B-2 nuclear-capable stealth bombers in England. This is from this morning, by the way. Lebanon, Iraq, and Iran call out Israel's declaration of war after it bombs 3 countries in one weekend. He was long aware of the travel ban. Russia dismisses hawkish U.S. senator's claim he was denied visa. Iran's Rouhani refuses to meet Trump until all sanctions are lifted. A Russian company taking Boeing to court in first lawsuit over 737 MAX planes. Iraq would face wrath of U.S. if oil pipeline projects with Iran go ahead. That's insane. Who are we to control who other countries do business with? You know, I've got a problem with the government trying to control who you and I do business with. Nonetheless, other sovereign nations. This is ridiculous. Russia to build €2 billion bridge as part of route linking Europe to Western China. Yes, you can buy it. Putin shows Erdogan Russian 5th generation Su-57 fighter jet. So I guess they're in the works of making a deal on those. Top secret U.S. Air Force spaceship breaks own record on mysterious 719-day mission. They're talking about the X-37B. Kind of an interesting aircraft. Let's see. Wow, not a lot of headlines, is there? And Israeli airstrikes said to hit Gaza City. Casualties feared. And the last I saw that at least 2 civilian casualties. So not sure if that number is due to go up or not. But I did see at least 2 so far. So let's see. One more headline here. 2 Gaza police killed in explosion, setting off claims of new Israeli drone attacks. So, but this is also just coming out here. He's a coward. Epstein accusers outraged over suicide at last hearing as more murky details emerge. So, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. And another case, another case where countless amounts of people are walking when it comes to such things as child sex trafficking. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They want to have access to you 24/7 anytime they want through your mobile devices, the very things that you use to be able to stay connected and maybe make your life a little bit easier. They want to be able to tap into that at any time so they can charge you with any damn thing they damn well want. But they expect to walk when they use children as sex slaves. We need to have that conversation on what the hell we're going to do. We really need to have that conversation. It's not going to get better. The root of the problem is not going to become the solution. We've got to stop propping up people, including Trump, especially Trump. We have to stop propping them up and acting like they're actually going to give a damn and do something. They're not. They're not. And they're going to keep lying to you, make you think that, oh, well, we're on it. We're going to deal with it. We just need a little bit more time. Folks, we're out of time. We're out of time. And if we waste any more time, we're going to be out of chances. Because they're going to have us so locked down, we won't be able to fart without 10 different agencies being able to tell you what we ate for dinner. Anyway, let me wrap up the monologue for those here for the live show. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. We'll be live till 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For those here for just the monologue, or if you're watching the recording later on, thank you very much. As always, God bless you. We love you, and be one with your spirit.